read this quote on the internet. It is from an unknown source. It goes, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Are we not all guilty of this? When we see a loved one veering off the beaten path, going in the direction of something that they would like to do, but it is not what the culture dictates. We try to nudge them, steer them back in the direction of the familiar path so that they are not out there all alone by themselves and they stick to familiar territories where success and happiness is guaranteed, and all for good reason. This is how we grew up. These are the patterns we were also taught by our caregivers and well wishers. They told us work hard, earn a degree, get a cushy job, find a relationship, have kids, accumulate possessions, and have a lot of money in the bank. And that means you will be happy and fulfilled in life. And so these are the parameters by which society judges us. So if you have a cushy job, if you have stable relationships that look happy in the public eye, you have possessions, you have money in the bank, um, then it means you are happy. We judge everyone by the same yardstick. Um, and don't get me wrong, it's not completely off the mark. There is some method to madness here. So, if we have comfort and luxury and money, we have good relationships and accomplishments, we do feel good because it provides us that freedom, expansion to live life more fully. But just saying that accomplishing all these tasks will make me happy, no, the math is not one to one on this. Everyone has to evaluate this for themselves. And that's why, because we just blindly have this list and we think that this will give us happiness, that is not true. That's why we see this epidemic of substance abuse, addiction, where people are addicted to drugs, alcohol, or in smaller ways to food. This is all a sign that we are somehow missing the mark. We have this list which tells us if we have every item on the list, I will be happy and fulfilled, yet I don't feel that. And then I feel that if I have a car and I still am not happy, maybe let me buy a better car. If I have a house and that doesn't give me the happiness that I'm looking for, then let me buy a bigger, better house, or maybe two houses or three houses. But over time, that thing clicks in within us that somehow these things are not bringing fulfillment and happiness, and that's why we start looking for other avenues to find release, and we start numbing our feelings by going the route of maybe um, comforting ourselves with food or TV or substances. So we have to take a pause and question, why are we doing this? Where are we missing the mark? What is not working here? That's why people who have different expectations, who want to do different than what the culture dictates, they are so hesitant because they feel they want to go in the direction of their dreams, but everyone keeps telling them to go in the other direction. So they kind of feel this push and pull. And if they end up going towards what society dictates, then they always have that feeling where they are not doing what they want to be doing. But thinking of doing the other thing makes them feel like they are misfits, something is wrong with them. So we need to come up with better structures where if people want to take their own path, people want to pursue their own dreams, then they don't have to come up with so much of resistance. And over time, it is getting better. We are doing better as a civilization because now we see people who follow their dreams and who have made a mark for themselves, who have overcome the struggles and still are doing better in terms of what society thinks. But we still have to get better at that. And more than externally, we need to change these thought patterns internally, so that if someone wants to do something different, instead of initially resisting it and then um, trying to talk them out of it, we support them, we stay open, we expand ourselves, and we are willing to hear their point of view, to hear what they have to say, to understand that something else can bring them fulfillment, and their fulfillment and happiness has not to be on the same terms as it is ours. We can definitely make sure that our loved one is happy and supported and has resources to help him or her on that path. But we need to do a better job of supporting them when they want to make a different choice for themselves. And your definition of success and fulfillment can overlap with what the society says the norm of success are. It does not have to be this or that. It can be this and that. Borrow what works for you and leave out the rest. The benchmark for happiness, where an individual is fulfilled within their own lives, as well as they are contributing to the society, they are making a difference around themselves. That's the mark of a truly happy life. Thanks for watching. I hope you like my content. Please like, subscribe, and add your comments below. I would love to have your feedback. Thank you.